Micah, G-Day, Godzilla Fest 2023.
We were there.
I wish we were there.
We were there via the interwebs.
We were.
Via Jasha's crappy Discord stream.
I don't know what was up with that.
We made an event on the Discord.
We did a little G-Day watch party.
Some of you listeners, you were awesome. You joined us. We indulged in the festivities together.
Had a lot of fun.
On Jasha's tritone shared screen. Black, white, and red were the only colors I could see.
I don't know what's going on with Discord. This is a Discord problem. I apparently was streaming in 1440p. I didn't even know that was possible. So that was a mistake. And as soon as I went down to 1080p, it fixed the problem. Discord just wanting to put an end to G-Day. I don't know what's going on.
G-Day was good, though. It was really, really laggy.
Yeah, they had some problems with the stream. But I mean, it was an 8-hour event, live streamed from over in Japan, celebrating Godzilla's anniversary, revealing some upcoming projects, showing off some short films, some new figures,
some
and
developmental
stuff.
behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. I didn't watch the whole 8 hours, but I caught a lot of the big stuff.
I want to say I saw like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then I had to leave, but you stayed around for a little bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, the big things were the 2 original short films.
That's what we were there for.
Yeah. So there was the Godzilla versus Megalon CGI short, and then the Godzilla versus Jaguar live-action suitmation short.
Whoa. We are going to further chat about these shorts.
Yeah.
Sometime down the road.
We'll do an actual Podzilla episode on these shorts at some point. But did you, over the whole event, Micah, do you have a favorite standout moment? I mean, there weren't any huge announcements, right?
Not any announcements. No. They hyped up Jaguar a lot.
Showing off a hour-long documentary about him before the short.
Yeah, making of the suit. There was a lot of Monarch stuff, a lot of -1 stuff. Some of my favorite things to see were just like, it happens every year, but they do a little showcase of like the Godzilla-themed foods that some of the surrounding...
It's your G-Day highlight.
Yeah, some of the surrounding stores end up selling. And they always look like real delicious. Like Godzilla mixed with Ghibli style foods. Real good. The other highlight I had is just seeing some the figurine and just fun ideas that they have in the process. They announced this new line of magazines that they're going to start putting out.
Yeah, subscription you can get in Japan.
Yeah, subscription to a Godzilla magazine, and every issue you get a Godzilla figurine alongside it. Absolutely not going to be able to get it here in New Zealand.
No, they look so cool though, because they were, I think, to scale to one another.
Yeah, there was consistent scaling between each of the figures.
Which makes it look weird because you've got like Showa Godzilla, who is so much smaller than like Heisei King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
But
it looks off, but it's real.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then you've got like Showa Gigan, who is a lot taller than Showa Godzilla, but only because the Showa Gigan that they are using as a toy was from the Gigan short film. Like weird stuff like that.
It would be so cool to try and get all of those figurines.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of G-Fest?
I liked the presenter had a chibi Godzilla hat, a little visor. I thought that was pretty cool.
Christmas is coming up, Jasha.
Yeah, no, I like the whole thing. There was just some real funny moments. Were you there when they were playing Paper, Scissors, Rock?
With the crowd?
Yeah, he got the whole crowd to just do Paper, Scissors, Rock, and it was like 5 minutes. You don't even know what's going on.
I think they tried to do like that thing where you get a very small group of people to do it against each other.
Yeah, pair off.
It becomes like a bracket.
And we also learnt that we say Paper, Scissors, Rock wrong, apparently.
It's not rock, paper, scissors, people.
Yeah.
It's paper, scissors, rock.
Paper, scissors, rock.
No shoot.
No. Why would you
No
shoot?
guns and paper, scissors, rock.
You guys are crazy. We need to try get to G-Fest. I've been slowly convincing my wife, Monique, Micah. I've been like, hey, a couple years' time, me and Micah taking the trip to Japan. You can tag along, of course. Monique, you can come.
You, my wife, can tag along.
But how about we just line it up with G-Fest? Podzilla goes to Japan. Can you imagine?
On the road.
Yeah. Podzilla
I dig it.
Podzilla rides again.
I knew it was going to come up. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaiju and Kaijin, you've been waiting months for the return of Podzilla Season 3, and here we are.
Here we are.
Back in the flesh.
Recording live from Monster Island. We're all set up. And there's going to be a ton of fun. Wait, do you see that? Out the window there?
Sorry, my iPad and my notes are just getting a bit... Is this happening to you too?
Yeah, my iPad screen's buzzing. What the... I swear that was like a UFO outside. And now I can't turn my iPad on. We're going to have to do this whole show without
I fully got locked out of my notes.
Are we being hacked right now? Anyway, we can deal with that soon. I'm Jaysha, guys. Welcome back to Podzilla. I'm here with my brother Micah.
Oh, gosh. I can't get into Godzilla Battle Line.
And this is a show where we watch every single Godzilla and Godzilla adjacent movie and talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be a Godzilla fan. It's always a great time to be alive.
We're in the glory days right now.
Yeah, we are. You have some Godzilla news, right, Micah?
Yes, so right off the bat, people, it's coming up. Godzilla -1 is encroaching on us day in and day out.
Yeah, encroaching, yes.
For those of you who aren't aware, me and Jaysha got premiere tickets for New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be among the first here to see it. We are going to be the first here to see it.
One of the first in New Zealand to watch it, among the first. And we're going to be watching it the day this episode releases. So the time you listen to this, we're in our seats, popcorn in hand, watching -1. I can't wait.
That's right. It's going to be good. Reviews have started dropping.
Yeah.
So watch out, because I've also heard that there's been some spoilers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me very excited that there are things in this movie that can be spoiled.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
My
heart does go out. My heart goes out. I just want to take a moment of silence for our brethren over in Canada. Rav and Repod, listeners of the show. Our heart goes out to you too. It's so weird that Godzilla -1 does not have any showtimes yet in Canada.
I think they confirmed that it is happening, though.
Apparently it's on like the cinema website, but there's no showtimes. It's so strange that Godzilla -1 is everywhere.
It's in New Zealand here.
We were scared it wasn't coming to New Zealand, but we're getting it like earlier than most places. So yeah, our thoughts are with you guys over in Canada.
Watch out for those reviews, though. I think it's real good on Rotten Tomatoes. It's all right on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what we think and what all of you people think out there. If you do end up seeing it, send us some messages.
Yeah.
And we'll read some of them out on the show, have a good chat about it. As well as that, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters.
Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
Has started releasing episodes. I'm going to hold off on it, but you started watching some of the episodes.
I have. As you guys know, I am a big Monsterverse fan. I'm also a big Apple TV fan.
You're also a big Russell fan.
I'm the biggest Kurt Russell fan on the planet. So this was, I was really excited for this. Last night with dinner, I sat down and watched the first 2 Monarch episodes. It was really, really fun. I liked it. It is doing this really interesting thing where every episode so far, it's cutting back and forth. I mean, we knew this was going to happen between 2 timelines.
Yeah.
In the first episode, we cut back to a trio in the 50s. And then we've got our trio in the main day. And then the next episode, it's the same trios, but instead of following the 3 in the 50s, I'm saying this in a real convoluted way, but we're following them in a scene before the scene we saw the previous episode. So
this sounds trippy.
It's jumping all over the place. I'm really enjoying how they're showing it off. I really like how you can tell like Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell are almost mimicking each other a little bit, like trying to act as one another.
That's great. I'm really excited for it.
That's really fun. And there's also been monsters every episode. And I remember people when this came out being like, they're not going to show any monster stuff. It's Apple TV. It's a show. We're going to see a glimpse here and there.
They won't have the budget for the CGI for it.
But they have the budget, and it looks good. It looks really good. Some of the best CGI. I mean, probably the best CGI I've seen in a TV show.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm excited. Weekly releases.
What does CCXP stand for, Jaysha? Comic Con.
XP.
XP?
Comic Con. San Francisco? San Francisco?
I don't know where the S or the F is in there. But Godzilla Kong. Godzilla X Kong.
Godzilla X Kong.
Godzilla Kong, everybody.
Godzilla Kong.
Has been speculated to be showcasing at CCXP, November 30th to December 3rd. As well as that, there has been an official rebranding of the Monsterverse pages on socials. So there are official Monsterverse pages now. And all across it, Monsterverse account is saying, hey, get ready for some big news. So I'm assuming we're going to see a trailer soon. I'm also assuming, and I'm hopeful for like more movie announcements.
Yeah.
That Mothra movie is on the horizon. It's coming.
Standalone Mothra, standalone Rodan. Come on. Yeah, I've seen, there's a few leakers that I see along X or Twitter, Godzilla leakers. And when the Monarch show dropped, a lot of them were sharing, hey, it's not the last you see of these guys. This could all be leading to something else, like teasing bits here and there. So, man, just give me a whole Monsterverse lineup. Give us films for the next 10 years.
Yeah, good stuff.
Love to see it.
I'm really excited to hear what they have to say. Last Godzilla adjacent news. Netflix has released a trailer for their Ultraman Rising movie. Have you heard about this?
Is it a monster? Is it a movie?
It's a Netflix movie.
I thought it was like a show.
And it's like the most westernized Ultraman you can have. He sounds like Paul Rudd. Traditionally, Ultraman in his big form. You've seen Shin Ultraman with me. He doesn't speak, but this one's like cracking jokes every time he's fighting the monsters. It's really weird, really wacky. I'm hesitantly excited about it, but we'll see more about that. Keep that on the horizon.
On your radar.
Keep it on your radar. Keep your eyes on the horizon for that.
Okay.
That's me. That's Podzilla News.
Podzilla. What was on? It's been so long, I forgot. Is it Mega Newslon?
Mega Newslon.
Do we change that to Mega Newsgearus? Mega Nula? We'll noodle on that.
We'll workshop it.
We'll workshop that when we cover that.
We'll make a noodle on it.
Make a noodle on that. Anyway, should we talk about Godzilla 2000 Millennium?
Godzilla 2000 Millennium.
Directed by Takeo Okawara.
Nice. Pronunciation on point.
Yeah. Who you would remember as directing Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, Mechagodzilla 2, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Godzilla vs. Mothra.
Wait, he directed all of these?
He's done a lot of our favorites, yeah. He's back. Yeah, this was, as we know, the big return for Japanese Godzilla after the 98 film didn't do so well.
They were embarrassed about it and they wanted to right that wrong.
Yeah, to make Godzilla's name an honorable one again, you know? So, Micah, let me put it into imbecile terms for you. I'll bring you in. Shortly after the original Godzilla was defeated due to Serizawa's oxygen destroyer in 1954, a new Godzilla appeared. This new Godzilla was much like the old, menacing Japan and feeding off of its power. While Yuji Shinoda, founder of the Godzilla Prediction Network, or GPD, chases Godzilla around with his daughter Io and reporter Yuki, the Crisis Control Intelligence Agency discovers a large rock under the ocean. As Crisis Control members Mitsuo and Shiro start to investigate the strange rock further, it soon reveals itself to be an alien UFO. Soon enough, the UFO docks itself on top of Tokyo's city tower and starts to siphon all of the city's data from it. That is, until Godzilla steps in for a fight. The UFO finds Yuji's regenerated G1 thing, and the UFO occupants take a single collective form into a kaiju-sized squid-looking millennial? And if that wasn't enough, it starts to evolve further, turning into the deformed Godzilla-looking being called Orga. A huge fight for the future of humanity takes place, and just as Godzilla is about to be absorbed into Orga, he starts to glow hot orange and unleashes an atomic shockwave that blows Orga to bits. In the end, Godzilla stands alone in the burning city of Tokyo, a creature of our own creation, who we've only ever tried to destroy. But you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe he understands. Maybe there's a little bit of Godzilla inside of all of us. Godzilla 2000 Millennium.
Is this a PBS show with that last line?
Maybe there's a little bit of Godzilla inside of you.
My favorite thing I love these recaps done by Jay for this season. My favorite thing is the Squid Millennials.
Wait, what are they actually called?
Millennians.
Millennials. Hey, it's close. Millennials. Same thing.
Those darn millennials.
Darn millennials. Micah, have you seen Godzilla 2000 before?
So I have not seen a single one of these Millennium movies except for one of the Mechagodzillas.
Against Mechagodzilla, yeah.
I would have been against, yes. Other than that, this is entirely new territory for me.
Man.
Which is very, very exciting.
It is.
And I haven't seen any of the Heisei. I'd seen a few more of the Heisei movies.
We'd seen Biollante last era. And maybe that was the only one you'd seen, actually.
Oh, goodness.
Man, you haven't watched much Godzilla, have you?
I'm a noob. We'll get around to... For here on out, I've seen no movies.
No.
One from each era, and that's it. But this is good, though. So, like you said, a bit of context for this movie is that after the TriStar 1998 Godzilla movie, which Americans loved and hated, and Japan just hated for tarnishing the Godzilla name, the crew here thought to themselves, we cannot let this go on for any longer. They had plans to wait until 2005 for another Godzilla movie, but they thought they'd swoop in at the last second and save the franchise. And what better way to do that than with giant squid aliens? Classic Godzilla return to form.
Yeah. Well, it is funny because this is a new beginning. This is the only one that connects to this. The only movie is the original 54 Godzilla.
Which it doesn't really reference.
No. This is, to be honest, this is pretty standalone. This is just Godzilla's here. Here's its alien stuff.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Which is funny. I had seen this before. I think I've seen it a couple times, actually, when I was a kid.
And earlier today.
Yeah. Well, I've watched this movie twice today. We had a watch party in the Discord. If you're not in the Podzilla Discord, guys, join in. Links in the show notes. We had a really fun watch party where we watched this movie together and just chatted about it, joked about it. We watched the US cut of the movie because the Japanese version that was initially released got re-edited, almost Americanized, and re-released in America, completely redubbed with some new sound effects, some scenes edited, cut out. So we're like, hey, let's watch the US cut in our Discord as a watch party, and I'll watch the Japanese cut. Me and Michael watch the Japanese cut later on so we can see both perspectives. So I watched the US cut, and then you came around earlier today, and I put in my disc. We're going to watch the Japanese cut.
That says on the case, Japanese audio included.
And then the only version it had on the disc was the US cut. So I'm not sure if like the Japanese version's hard to find.
It might be. Who knows?
Yeah, but I watched the US cut twice. The US cut's probably all I've ever seen.
We'll track down those extra Auga scenes.
Yeah.
Because what does the Japanese cut have that this one doesn't?
It's very minor. I think most scenes are just shortened a little bit in the US cut. There is one whole scene that's been removed where I believe the Millenniums, Millenniums, transmit across their computers that they're hacking why they're doing it, like they want to conquer Earth or something like that.
Right, okay.
So we lost all context for why they're really there in the US
didn't lose
cut.
all context. There was a few lines. There were enough lines.
There were enough. You get the gist of it. But I think the main thing people don't like about the Japanese version is the lack of music in a lot of the fight scenes, especially Orga versus Godzilla at the end. So it was cool to revisit this twice today. And man, it's cool to be in a new era because right from the get-go, it's very different to a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah, I love each time we enter a new era how these movies just have an entirely different feel to it. I think the biggest thing for this one is straight off the bat, we're introduced to Godzilla movies with heavy CGI.
Yeah.
which I don't think CGI was used much at all in the Heisei era.
Yeah, just bits and pieces before, whereas every other scene has CG in this. And not even that. I mean, most of the other Godzilla movies, I feel, kind of led up to Godzilla a bit. You'd go 10, 20 minutes where Godzilla was teased, and then he's in the movie, right?
Yeah, this starts just straight off the bat.
Straight off, we get Godzilla action as he's rampaging around, chasing the Godzilla Prediction Network through tunnels. And it's really cool stuff. I mean, that cold open where it pans up from the boat and you see Godzilla's eye.
Really slowly.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah,
his overbite.
Yeah, can we talk about his look for a second?
Yeah.
He's got a really, like, trash can flat mouth.
Trash can
You know the trash cans where you put your foot down and the top opens?
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Meyer Goji. That's what he's called here. Reminds me of.
I guess you're spot on. I've always really loved this look. He's almost a bit more slender, a little bit more feline with the small, narrow head and the little ears.
He does have ears. That's true.
But my favorite part are the purple scoots, the giant spikes on this guy's
Yes.
back. Just huge and curved and jagged.
They look like crystals almost. It's so
Yeah.
great.
Purple.
My favorite thing about him is he doesn't have like a blue atomic breath. For the first time we see yellow atomic
Yeah,
breath.
like
His
fire
spine's
breath.
glowing yellow. Really, really cool. I didn't like this design before this movie, but it has grown a lot on me so quickly.
We get one more movie with this design.
One more movie.
I just love the visuals throughout this whole movie. The way that they are showing Godzilla. It looks like he's composited really well into background and foreground in this movie. And heck, I just love suitmation.
Suitmation's good.
I love explosions going off on this physical suit, pieces of the suit just flying off of it. It looks so good. And a lot of the visuals throughout the movie, they use like orange and red backlit lights on him a lot of fire.
I noticed a lot of those foggy
Backlit?
backlit.
Yeah, the backlit lights. That's what I was talking about.
Those backlit shots. They just look so like cinematic and wonderful.
Yeah.
Instantly sets the scene for like this new, really gnarly looking Godzilla.
Yeah. What did you think about like because it starts off, we see a lot of Godzilla. What do you think about the war scenes, Micah? A lot of tanks.
A lot of helicopters.
Heaps of helicopters.
I don't think I've ever seen in my life a helicopter with guns or missiles. I saw like 50 of them today.
So you were awake? You did see them?
I was awake for these military scenes. Yeah. They were pretty good scenes.
Yeah.
The CGI looked like a...
Yeah.
What was that app, Jasha? You opened up... Picture this. You're 13 years old. You have your iPod Touch. You download from the App Store, like, action movie FX.
Yeah. I know what
And you
about.
get, like, those real bad CG shots where you film footage and just, like, a wrecking ball smashes down. Some missiles strike whatever you're shooting at.
You felt like you were making movies using this app. I do remember that wrecking ball one, specifically the huge metal ball just falling into the ground.
Yeah. The CGI looks like that in a lot of these places, which you can't blame it for. It's not even the 2000s yet. This movie is so misleading.
Released in 1999.
1999.
However, I think the US cut was released in 2000.
It wouldn't have done more visually though.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of weird CG, even with the helicopters and the jets and everything. While they're firing missiles, and they're like firing at Godzilla, going under a bridge. It cuts to a completely CG bridge almost at times. It's just weird stuff like that.
Like a lot of it is very visibly CG. We get one shot of a Godzilla swimming in the ocean that looks like he's out of one of the old GameCube
Save the Earth cutscene or something.
Yeah. The UFO, the silver UFO, the millennial UFO.
Millennial UFO.
Looks like the Bean.
The Bean?
You know the Bean.
What's the Bean?
You know the place. You know the tourist attraction, the Bean.
No.
I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna bring up a photo of the Bean.
You're talking about knuckle bones. You're talking about big old silver knuckle bones.
If I search in Google, the Bean,
you're gonna get that like Killer Bean animated movie. That's what's gonna show up if you search the Bean.
I'm going to get Cloudgate, Illinois.
What is this? I don't think I've ever seen that.
You've never seen the bean?
It does look, yeah. It looks like
all my homies out here cheering for the bean right now. You're really letting them down.
It looks like the spaceships of Arrival. That's what it looks like.
It does. How they stand up on their
how they're
float up on their
standing
side.
vertical. Yeah, that's this millennial ship.
Mm.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie because it doesn't waste any time setting up Godzilla, telling us the whole story, telling us what Godzilla's been up to. It's just Godzilla attacks. Straight away, they've found this UFO, and then we're just cutting back and forth between Godzilla and this UFO the whole movie until they come together.
Yeah. And we get the classic human side interspersed throughout.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite of these human characters? Because we have like our main core team of the predictors.
Yeah, the GPT, GDP, Godzilla GDP. I honestly can't say this. GPD, Godzilla Prediction Network. This guy,
the Godzilla Police Department.
Yuji and Io, father-daughter, just running this prediction network out of their home, and Yuki, the reporter who's tagging along to take some photos. I love their dynamic. I love Io, how she's just like bossing her dad around.
Io's really, really good.
Io's cooking dinner. She's like, Dad, I don't hear you chopping those cabbages. What are you doing?
Io's fantastic.
And then she's trying to get Yuki to like sign up for the prediction network, and there's just he has to pay a whole lot of money for it.
Yeah, roping her into some monetary expenses. Whenever they're in car rides, she's just in the back listening to some music on her headphones.
Yeah.
I will say, apart from her, the other two didn't really stand out to me that much.
Yuji and Yuki.
Yep.
I didn't really like Yuki when the movie began. She just comes off as brash and like annoying.
Yeah.
The dubbing probably didn't do it any favors.
No, I wonder if the Japanese cut does help that.
And she's a bit annoying and abrasive. But there's this one scene when she's like looking at Yuji through the window and she's saying bye-bye and mouthing it.
That's the one scene.
That's the scene. I was like,
I thought she was good.
I'm all in on Yuki now. And then she goes back to try to
Bye-bye.
save Yuji at the end. How about Yuji running out of this building that's falling apart and just jumping onto like the elevator, middle nylons.
Oh,
like...
We're skipping through so many parts of this movie, but yeah, this is like the big action scene. Watching this hurt my soul.
Yeah.
This physically damaged me.
He should not have hands.
No. It's like when people scrape their fingers on chalkboard. Thinking about this scene does that for me. His hands degloved. His spine broken once he falls flat on his back on this elevator.
Yeah, why didn't he break any bones? Oh, man. And then, yeah, as well as the Godzilla Prediction Network, we have the Crisis Control Intelligence Agency.
And this is like the more governmental...
They're the ones who are kind of in charge of keeping Godzilla in check.
Yeah.
Move out of here, G-Force, right?
Yeah, no more G-Force. They're seen as more of an antagonistic force this time.
Yeah.
Fighting the good fight, exactly like G-Force.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of views them a bit more negatively.
Yeah, and there's Mitsuo, who's heading that up, and then Shiro, who's kind of a scientist lackey.
Mitsuo's the Neo-looking dude.
Yeah, man, he's cool. His trench coats.
He's got a good tie.
He has got
a lot of good ties.
He's got a good face. The faces he makes.
Yeah. He's got a good vibrato.
What a man. Vibrato. Yeah. I mean, all in all, it was a pretty cool cast of characters. I really liked Io. I thought she stood out as a child actor.
I think she's one of, if not... I'm not going to say if not.
Io or Ichiro now. Make a decision. Gun to your head.
Ichiro, man. Those booty shorts. No, but Io's up there among like instantly better than any of the Rebirth of Mothra kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got a real personality to her. Yeah, Io's great. I will say, it might just be me, but I feel like most of this movie just flew by.
It's fast paced.
In hindsight, though, it feels like not too much actually happens.
No. And it's an hour, 40 minutes.
Hour 40. Prior to the like Act 3 where Godzilla shows up, I want to say that's like an hour 20 of really just not much.
Mm.
I'm trying to think back, and it's a few military scenes interspersed here and there, reporting, thinking about those GD1 cells.
Yeah. Replicated G1s? Replicated G1s.
Yeah. There are a lot of cool ideas throughout this movie.
I'm not sure if it's like a bad thing or a good thing how fast it speeds by, because it feels like a bit of a nothing movie.
Yeah.
Usually there's a plot hook or something that really draws you in, but it's just Godzilla, alien, scientists.
I think the fact that Godzilla is just brought in, he's already there. They act like he's been there this whole time. I don't know if it helps that.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, I don't know if it hinders it.
It feels like they were trying to echo Godzilla 1954 a bit.
Yes, I'm with you there.
At the start, we get a conversation of like, maybe we should save Godzilla. We shouldn't kill him. And then the other side being like, hey, let's kill him. He's a menace. And that's echoing like Yamane from the original.
Yeah, you always got to have a Yamane character here.
And I don't know. It just doesn't lean into it too much. It never feels emotional. It never feels super heartfelt.
The stakes. There's not really too much stakes as well.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? Technology is going to be gone. I love how that's the crux of this movie, is that technology is just going to be hacked.
Right ahead of Y2K.
Y2K. And all the characters are just like, will we even be a civilization anymore? What's going to happen to our society?
Yeah. You're completely right, because Auga is really cool, and we'll talk about Auga soon. But Auga shows up, and the movie's basically over. Very end of the movie, we get Auga. So, yeah, pacing's weird. The actual storyline's quite strange. But there's real cool scenes throughout, real cool action sequences. Godzilla's awesome.
Because, what do we get with... Let's focus on Godzilla for a second. We have his big intro scene. He's fighting the military for a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit later, we see him in a battle against the UFO.
Yeah.
Which I think does echo 94 with the X...
94?
Godzilla
85? 80.
Godzilla 84.
The return of Godzilla you're talking about.
That's the thing watching these Godzilla movies this year. It's dates upon dates. I think it echoes the 84 movie and the Super X fight.
Yeah, I can see that.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see Godzilla trying to fight a UFO, because we've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And then the UFO flies off, and then we see him just go straight to Auga at the end there.
I mean, I said it was cutting back between Godzilla and the UFO, but there is a stretch where Godzilla's not in it. And it does switch to the humans and talks about this replicated G1 stuff for a while. What do you think about the UFO's inclusion? Because it's no real, like, what could this be? It's just, whoa, there's a UFO under the water. Well, I have a theory. It's this alien life form that's been under the ocean.
You gotta love it when the characters have theories that are just instantly right.
This theory, it's sensitive to light.
Yeah, there's this rock formation that's been under the water. They blast it.
They
don't blast it. They turn on their high beams.
Yeah.
At this rock underwater, and they awaken this tens of thousands year old, millions of thousands of billions, millenniums of thousands years old alien craft.
Yeah,
from the bottom of the ocean, and from there just speeds off, starts overtaking the entire city. And we do get a real cool series of sequences here when the UFO ends up like smashing down on top of one of the towers, planting itself there.
I think like Yuki's in one of those towers, the reporter, right? And needs to be pulled out of it.
He is in that tower.
She is. Yeah.
She is in that tower.
Yuki and Yuji is they're very similar.
His name
names.
is Yuji, right?
Yeah, Yuji.
Yuki is in the tower trying to do her reporter business.
She gets taken out.
By Yuki.
By Yuji?
Yeah. Yeah, by Yuji. They swap places, and then Yuji is the only one in there. And then the building's blown up. He miraculously survives. It plants itself on a different building.
Yeah. Yeah, the alien stuff. How do you feel about it? Because we've had aliens in Godzilla in the past. A lot of aliens. This is a bit different. We don't really see the race. They don't try and communicate. They just...
No, aliens in the past have always been humanoids.
Yeah.
In the Godzilla franchise so far. So this alien species is much more like just a monstrous kind of alien that we haven't really seen before.
Yeah, super high tech, doesn't even speak to us, wants our data.
Yep.
Flying around.
The closest alien we've come is probably the cockroach aliens.
Yeah, or
you know those
Dagora.
ones. Dagora is actually a very good example. It's a lot like
Dagora.
It's like Dagora if it were a proper alien from a different planet.
Yeah.
And a collective species. And it kind of has the same style. They have to look through infrared cameras to see what the alien ship is doing, and it's just got these bunch of tentacles around it, trying to hack into the mainframe.
That was a cool scene when they turn on the infrared and see the tentacles, see what it's trying to do. And then this is the part I don't understand. I need your help. Yeah,
I'm at the ready.
We've got the UFO.
We have the UFO on top of the building.
The UFO flies off the building, fights with Godzilla.
Gets crashed and destroyed.
No, you're too far ahead.
I'm not going to be any help here, dude.
No, yeah.
I'll let you go. See the scene.
We've got the UFO. The UFO takes the replicator G1 substance, turns into the Millennium, and then the Millennium turns into Auger. I want to know why, like, let me get my thoughts in check. What do the aliens look like inside the spaceship? They're not these octopus squid things, right? Because that was only what they turned into after they got the replicator G1.
Well, that's what the replicator turned into. I don't think there's a solid answer for this.
No.
I think that Auger, and because the millennials turn into Auger.
Yeah.
But they're very distinct creatures and characters. If you look at like the concept art for this movie, very distinct. They always envisioned Auger and then the the millennials. And they've always been this squid-like creature. So I think it's implied or envisioned that these are the things inside of a UFO.
Yeah.
It just doesn't come across well because we see the GD1 replicator.
And then it's also said that they're using the replicator to like conform to Earth's atmosphere or something, which is nothing that the replicator can do. Who knows?
It's really weird though, because we get that scene where the replicator blob transforms into this giant Dagora-looking squid creature.
Yeah.
It ends up trying to like make some noises. It's there for like 20 seconds, and then instantly it just starts hobbling away, goes out of sight for a second, and then transforms into
Auger. Which is them trying to mimic Godzilla?
This is them having taken on the DNA of Godzilla.
Yeah.
This is like a space Godzilla situation.
Yeah. I seem to remember us growing up and you really liking Auger.
Yeah, so I was actually going to just mention this. My previous knowledge of Auger, nothing.
Him as a boss in the GameCube game?
Not even that. So was he a character on that classic board game that our dad made us?
Probably, yeah.
He might have been, he might not have been. But Auger to me, I think it was on the GameCube we did have the Godzilla fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Battle for the Earth? Save the Earth?
Yeah.
I knew that Auger was one of the only secret unlockable characters. And instantly that raised him up to A tier for me. I didn't think of him as a classic Godzilla villain. To me, he was like from a different movie. He was like another character from a parallel universe that somehow made his way into this Godzilla game because I'd never heard of him before. He was this random alien looking thing. So he was just really cool to me.
Yeah.
And then coming into this movie, I think he's still pretty cool.
He is pretty cool. Again, it's cool having a fight like Auger and Godzilla without the crazy beams nonstop through the Heisei.
Yeah.
I mean, Auger does have that like little beam cannon on his shoulder.
And it's fine for him to have that. He's the other enemy.
Yeah, but
he's mostly a melee fighter.
Yeah, but there's a lot of melee fighting. There's a lot of them hitting each other, jumping around, throwing things into each other, knocking buildings down.
I think the main thing that surprises me about Auger is the fact that he isn't really talked about as much as some of the other Godzilla villains.
Yeah, well, he's in this, and then I think he's in Planet of the Monsters, one of the anime movies, briefly.
Cool.
So
even before watching this movie, before learning about Millennium, he's probably the kaiju from this whole Godzilla franchise that I've heard the least about.
Yeah, no one talks about old Auger.
No one talks about Auger. But he's cool. I like him.
Cool fight. There's like a 10-minute fight between them. I love when that thing comes out of his mouth. He opens up his mouth.
His little like xenomorph,
like almost
extra
jean jacket
mouth.
from Nope looking. Yeah.
I think that's the highlight of this whole movie is that scene where
he tries to absorb Godzilla.
He starts eating and swallowing Godzilla. He like parts of his body become more like this iteration of Godzilla. He starts growing his own purple scoots.
Yeah.
By the end of it, he looks like a weird amalgamation of Godzilla, Biollante, and Orga.
Yeah,
all in one.
They also used like the tentacle vine things earlier on.
Yeah.
But I love how Godzilla defeats him. This might be my favorite like monster defeat in all of Godzilla so far. We've had some cool stuff.
Your favorite fatality?
My favorite monster kaiju fatality. Yeah,
kaiju fatality.
Yeah. Orga, you think Orga's got Godzilla. He's like nearly swallowed him whole.
Godzilla's not moving.
No, and then Godzilla starts to charge up and he almost goes like full burning Godzilla and just rips Orga apart, just blows up. Orga, you see him just be like reduced to particles as he's just destroyed.
I love the implication here as well because Orga is a being that's taken on the Godzilla cell replicated DNA.
Yeah.
So assumedly, any cell left alive would start to regrow. So the implication here is that Godzilla just lets off this huge supernova blast that destroys every single living cell of Orga. And I love that idea. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's really, really great. Like, Orga, what are you doing? You're going to come up to this walking, living nuclear bomb and just try and gobble them up? Like,
it's not that easy, bud.
It's not going to eat in that well, Orga. Yeah, that was cool. And then, how about the end of the movie? Godzilla walking up to the leader of the Godzilla Crisis Center.
Yeah, this echoed versus Ghidorah.
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
And what was his name? Mitsuo. He's just as cool as ever, smoking a cigarette, face to face with Godzilla.
I've never seen him this close before.
And then he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, he's obsessed. It seems like he's obsessed with the idea of Godzilla taking him out.
Yeah.
Like it's almost an honor to be killed by Godzilla.
Yeah.
But his final line, man. Can you give me your best impression?
His final line.
Godzilla! Godzilla! Yeah, it's so great.
Godzilla!
If I die one day, I'm going to say the name of whoever killed me. Like that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good old like Khan situation from Star Trek. Eh? How about I mean, there's the actual ending when there's the line Godzilla is inside each of us. What did you make? What is that supposed to mean? That means nothing to me. That doesn't make a lick of sense.
Why does he keep protecting us?
When we've only tried to destroy him, we've created him and something.
Maybe because
he's
Godzilla is inside us. I don't know.
What is that supposed to mean?
Maybe because Godzilla is inside each one of us. This warrants a full-on film study.
Is it because
one line?
Each of us have the potential to be monsters?
I don't think that's it.
Each of us have been created by our parents. We're created by people.
Each of us are the product of our environment.
Yeah. We're monsters created by our creators.
We're monsters created by our creators and our environment, and therefore, we're all Godzilla.
But he's not inside each of us.
Well, maybe.
It's like
maybe Godzilla's inside each of us.
It's like a religion at this point. Like, have you got Godzilla inside your heart?
Maybe they mean like Orga exploded, and now everybody's just got Godzilla cells on
G1 replicators inside each and every one of us.
Growing little Godzilla babies in your stomach.
Dude, do you have some trivia?
Do I have some trivia?
Mike is doing trivia this season, guys.
You're not ready for the Micah trivia.
Okay. All right.
There's actually not a lot for this movie.
Dude, I wasn't ready for that.
You weren't ready for this. Let's go. I think the biggest thing about this movie, that is like the biggest piece of trivia known out there, Masaki Tezuka.
Yep.
The director?
Oh, no, that's not the director. Takeo Okawara.
No, sorry, I'm getting this mixed around. Takeo Okawara. So Masaki Tezuka is the director of some of the following films.
Oh, cool.
Versus Megaguirus, versus Mechagodzilla,
Nice.
Tokyo SOS. So he watched this movie and he absolutely hated this movie.
Did he?
Yep. Despised it to the point that he ended up calling anybody who liked this movie not a Godzilla fan.
What?
Not real Godzilla fans. And apparently his whole reasoning behind it was that Takeo Okawara, the proper director of this movie, actually admitted publicly that he wasn't the biggest Godzilla fan.
Dude, he makes like some of the best Godzilla movies.
And he made a good portion of the Heisei movies.
He's like, hey, you know what? I don't really like Godzilla, but I love Orochi.
This is his whole plan, is to get Orochi in here. It's to make everybody Orochi fans.
You know, I mean, I made Godzilla 2000, but I wish it was Orochi 2000.
Can you imagine Orochi Millennium? It's got 1,000 heads.
I can't imagine doing that. Like being part of a huge, successful franchise, one of the biggest, most popular things in Japan, and then being like, oh man, I hated this previous director's movie. Like I'm following on from his legacy, but I hated this.
Or at least, hate's a strong word. I think at least appreciate what they're trying to do with a franchise like that.
Yeah.
That being said, imagine if you like had a passion project of yours, and then somebody came along and just took it in the complete opposite direction. Which is weird though, because I didn't feel like this movie really strayed from any Godzilla formula.
No.
Or did anything that was unexpected.
No, it just didn't really do anything special, but it didn't stray from it. You're completely right.
No.
It wasn't not Godzilla.
It wasn't not Godzilla.
It was Godzilla.
You had some of the classic Godzilla tropes and scenes in there. Yeah. It's a bit weird. The Millennium itself, it's never explicitly stated as the Millennium in this movie. That name was brought on by the press when this movie came out. I think it is still an official title, but mostly because it was fed to the press and the press fed it to us.
Man, we're a product of the press.
Product of the press. I think they're actually officially called millennials.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. This is one of the only Godzilla movies where there is actually a manga series.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Based off of this. And I wish I had my notes working here, because I had like a whole plot summary and like proper cover posters of what it looked like.
Man, that UFO, is it still out there? It's circling around our little base here on Monster Island as we speak.
It's still around there. But apparently the manga adaptation of this movie is heralded as better than the film.
Really?
It elaborates on the story of Shinoda's wife and Ao's mother, which we never saw in this movie, along with the backstory of the millennials.
Hey, that's what I wanted.
I want millennial backstories.
Yeah.
And it talks a bit about them and fully expands on like their culture and who they are as beings. The millennium... Stuffed it up for myself. The Millenniums seek to use Godzilla to give themselves corporeal forms in a body horror sequence, only for Godzilla to incinerate them all.
Whoa.
So it's much more about the collective of the Millenniums rather than one. The monster Augur is more visibly mutated and larger, being able to completely devour Godzilla, which, if you're thinking about that, is an also a very cool image.
Yeah.
And apparently it's just a lot more gory.
Yeah.
I want to read this as part of the book club that we're planning on doing.
Godzilla book club? Godzilla 2000
I think that would be very, very cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
A couple other things. The producer, Mike Schlesinger. Schlesinger. He publicly said that one of the faults of this movie is that there wasn't enough Godzilla. Because it does feel like it's very bookended
Yeah, you're
by
right.
Godzilla.
Yep.
But surprisingly, it's like, at the time, it was the movie with the second highest, how would you say this?
Second most biggest amount of Godzilla?
Yeah. Overall, Godzilla was in this movie for more time. How do you say this?
There was only one other movie that featured more of Godzilla.
Godzilla's screen time is the second highest in this movie
Oh.
with all the rest of the franchise. He's in 23% of the movie if you're counting frames. Second only to versus Mechagodzilla 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That is super interesting. They actually did the maths.
They did the maths. The last thing here. Do you know the tagline of this movie?
It's like, the US one is like chomp on this or something.
I don't know if that's it.
No, what's the tagline?
The tagline is, "Let's get ready to crumble."
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of, to crumble. Crumble and chomp, you know?
I really love the idea of Toho just using proper wrestling taglines for it, because that's what Suitmation is.
Yeah.
I really want more.
More taglines.
More
that are just-
taglines. You don't see movies with taglines nowadays. Bring them back. Bring them back. That's me for trivia. Like I said, there's surprisingly not too much of it. The other biggest thing I'd say, if you're interested in like the development and behind the scenes, check out some of those concept art images for
there's
for
some cool
Godzilla,
stuff.
Orga, the Millennials,
Millennials.
and even the UFOs. A lot of cool stuff there.
Should we take it home? Final thoughts and a rating. I can kick us off.
Kick us off.
I'm just going through my mental notes because I can't see my real notes, so I'm just having to mentally go back and remember. How about that gag when there was the dude giving directions and he was hitting the other guy on the head with a stick? He's like, go left, go right, go left. Did you get that? Yeah, left and right.
What was this?
It was funny. It's a dude whacking a guy in the head with a stick. It was funny, man. What do you mean, what was that?
What was that?
That was comedy at its finest. And yeah, I love the tentacle vine things. There's that whole segment. I think the UFO's controlling them somehow and they're just coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Wires.
I always thought that was Orga.
Yeah, but
that's
it's
just
before
like
he's
that's
there.
the ship.
It's them controlling, the fiber cabling. They're in the data. Yeah. The music's good. The music in this is really good. And it sounds like it's lacking in the Japanese version, but there's a couple of tunes. There's music at the end that's really unique.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite scenes as well. When Godzilla's walking away and you hear like the singing overlaid with a child humming and harmonizing in the background.
Yeah.
Just before the credits roll.
But all in all, I still have fun with this movie. I don't think it's bad. It just isn't standout. And it's just like the greatest hits of Godzilla, him versus the army, him versus another monster in hand-to-hand combat, some cool alien stuff, a plucky family with, I don't know, that are bouncing off each other and butting heads a bit. Again, it's just, it's bits and pieces from the Godzilla franchise all chucked together. It does move by really fast, but I love how it is a bit of a return to form away from the beam-styled fights. I loved the Orga and Godzilla stuff. And I did love how they were trying to incorporate some of that original Godzilla 54 messaging.
Did you say 54 messaging?
Godzilla 54 messaging. The message Godzilla 54 was trying to portray. Nothing special, but nothing bad. I think it's still good. I'm going to give this... I'm going to give this...
This is the first one of the season, Jasha.
3.5, 3.5 Great Caesar's ghosts out of 5. So if there was not King Caesar,
not King Caesar,
but Great Caesar, if he was standing there and he was a ghost, 3 of him and half of him.
Do you know why that line was said? In the Japanese, it translates to them saying like Jesus Christ.
Really?
But in the English, they're like, let's make this more family friendly.
Great
Caesar
Caesar.
Ghost.
Great Caesar.
You're giving it a 3.5 Great Caesar's Ghosts. Wow.
That's actually so funny. I think there were a lot of times when they redubbed jokes and sayings.
There's a lot of things that sound innately American.
Yeah, so I think that wasn't the only time. But yeah, I still liked this. It was really fun. I watched it twice in a day. I'm not sick of it.
You want to go again?
Third time after this. What did you think?
Yeah, I want to echo some of the same thoughts. I think this does try to take a lot of the classic like Godzilla sequences and ideas. I don't think it mashes them together very well, though. This to me is quite a mediocre story, and this is just pure theorizing. It feels to me like off the heels of the TriStar Godzilla, they just rushed to make out a Godzilla movie and ended up with a story that was kind of lackluster. It brought in some really cool ideas, though.
I think you might be onto something because the TriStar Godzilla came out in 1998.
Yes.
And apparently Toho had like no plans for new Japanese Godzilla, but yet can release this the next year.
The next year.
Yeah, so.
Unless they would like had an active insight into what was happening with the TriStar version.
Yeah.
My favorite thing here is Godzilla and his new update. I really adore how he's much more of like a melee fighter in this, and when he does use his breath, it's very, very conservative. And I think doing that makes all those moments where he does use his abilities a lot more impactful and a lot more fun.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is whenever or like a good portion of the times he does his yellow atomic breath, which is one of my favorite things. He does this like head flick beforehand.
Yeah,
like he's charging up for it.
And then releases it.
Yeah. It's a really cool visual.
Godzilla's head throughout this whole movie, there's a couple like cutaways to reactions of him, and he's just looking bewildered, out of his depth.
I think I read a Reddit post on this a while back, but one of the things that one person, I can't remember who it was, didn't like about the MonsterVerse movies is it gets to a point where Godzilla is just so big that you can't feasibly have impactful scenes when he's like looking at one person or interacting with people on a smaller scale. But this movie really tries to show that. Right from the start, you have our little prediction crew in the car, and Godzilla's like staring him down,
trying to stomp on them. Yeah,
that final scene where he crashes the building. Like, there's still a lot of relationship with Godzilla in this movie, which I love. Not the biggest fan of the millennials, I gotta say.
Aren't you? I'm a millennial. You're not the biggest fan of me?
Nah. Not the biggest fan of the UFO here. I think they could have done a lot differently. But Godzilla and Orga, I think are my standouts here. I do love them. They bumped this movie up from a lackluster 2 to an enjoyable 2.5 Great Caesar's Ghosts.
Whoa. Middle of the road. Middle of the road. We didn't really talk much about the CGI, the giant CGI UFO. Just this weird, blurry metal flying through the sky. Not a reflection in sight. Interesting.
No. Baby's first CGI.
Baby's first CGI. Oh, man.
There's the one CGI artist on this movie listening to this right now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is the same year as The Matrix. Put that in perspective.
That really does put things into perspective.
We have some messages from you guys, our listeners. So thanks for sending in. If you want to hear your thoughts on the show, tag us on Letterboxd, Podzilla or PodzillaPod, or email us, podzillapod@gmail.com. This message here is from Isaiah Ali, and Isaiah says, Godzilla 2000 is one of my top 10 favorites. I like the characters and the idea of an alien trying to take a form of Godzilla to adapt to Earth's environment. And I love how the movie focuses on the characters studying Godzilla cells, and I think it would be cool to explore that more in the series. I think the movie nailed down on the action, and also I like that it's just Godzilla and an alien fighting it out, and the human characters having no choice but to watch the action unfold and hope that Godzilla wins. No cutout, no human character helping Godzilla, which I find a bit annoying at times, just two giant monsters beating the crap out of each other. I'd give this movie 4 out of 5 Godzilla cells.
Ooh.
Thanks, Isaiah. We got another message here from Rich, our Heat team leader in the Discord. Our buddy Rich. He says, I took my son, His name is Kyle, named after our Lord and Savior Kyle Chandler, of course. I, Heat Team Leader, saw this with my dad, who got me into Godzilla when it was released in US theaters in 2000. And I've seen it a few times since, all the Americanized version. This was the first time watching the Japanese cut, and wow, I did not like it at all. Multiple times it was quiet. I said to myself, where's his theme? Where's the Godzilla march? Where is his roar? Multiple times. He was getting hit by missiles. I see his mouth open and no roar. The CGI and graphics are awful as well. Definitely the worst of the entire series. Such forgettable entry in the series, I would almost put it with Godzilla Raids again, that you even forget it exists sometimes. Keep up the good work. 1.5 out of 5. Awful windshield shattering sequences.
Ooh. I'm really curious at how much watching each of the versions of this movie for the first time impacts your experience.
Yeah, I'm curious how bad the Japanese version is, just how much it's missing that this American one has.
One of the most standout things to me about this iteration of Godzilla, solely from this movie, is his roar. It feels like the classic Godzilla roar, but it's extended almost double the amount of the time you think it should.
Yeah.
It's so menacing,
like
and I love it so much.
Bellows a bit at the end.
It bellows a bit. Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like for those sequences where he opens his mouth and just doesn't make a sound.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting. We got a message here from G. Kira. Thanks for sending in the message, dude. I'll just read out a little bit of it. But G. Kira says, I remember seeing this in theaters when I was a teenager. I was so excited, especially after being so disappointed with the 98 movie. I came out of it with a fresh appreciation for Toho and hope to see some more Godzilla films on the horizon. Overall, I think this is a good movie that, while treading the same beats, does so in ways that keeps you very entertained. I wholeheartedly give it 3.5 regenerated G1s out of 5. Our journey through Godzilla's millennial phase will continue.
And 3.5 regenerated G1s is going to start growing.
That's going to regenerate a whole lot more, right?
It only gets more with age. Better with age.
We got 2 more reviews. One here from David. And David says, for me, the Millennium series of Godzilla films are something of a mixed bag. This one, or at least the American dub, has always been something of a diamond in the rough for me, and is probably my go-to movie in this third series of films. Ooh. Having recently seen the original Japanese version for the first time, I have to say it's one of the rare moments where the American version is actually the better of the two, mostly because of the long silent stretches without music that take away from the film. You don't really know how much a film score makes a difference until you get a contrast like that. Also, props to the little girl for not being an annoying child character and actually being likable, and to Hiroshi Abe as the memorable Katagiri. And then lastly, we have a Letterboxd review here from our mate Nalbus, our oceanic friend, our paper, scissors, rock buddy. Nalbus. Nalbus says, not a bad flick, but not anything that left a huge impression on me. A fairly underdeveloped sci-fi alien invasion story with Godzilla roped in. The more interesting part being the opening where we follow father-daughter crack team of Godzilla trackers in the vein of tornado chasers. This functioned as an interesting perspective on Godzilla, which ultimately devolved into something a little less fun than they had set up. There are some great images here. The new digital tech applied to Godzilla is exciting to see experimented with, so I'm hoping to see the Millennium series develop on that, as well as some more unique stories. It's a disappointing appetizer to the era, with a dash of hope on the side. 2 out of 5.
That last sentence was artful.
Nalbus does amazing Letterboxd reviews. Can I just say that for a second? Go and follow Nalbus on Letterboxd, Nalbis. He does amazing reviews, watches a whole lot of Japanese cinema, so check him out. But yeah, that's all from you guys. Thanks for sending your thoughts in.
Appreciate it. And like Jay just said, any of those places you can reach us, do it. We love hearing your thoughts about these movies. And this is a whole fresh bunch, especially that I'm coming up to.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, chat about it in the Discord with us.
Yeah, join the Discord. We love having you guys in there. Man, that was episode 1 of Podzilla Season 3 on the books. Great little start to the Millennium era.
Is on the books a proper phrase people use?
Yeah? What?
On the books?
Yeah. On the books.
On the rocks?
No, that's like a drink.
Off the books, off the rails?
On the books. It's on the books. That's season 3 of Podzilla on the rocks,
that's
guys.
Season 3 on the plate.
Hey, we know you're all sitting down and you've got your Podzilla Season 3 on the rocks in your hand right now.
Swirling it around. Nice bit of brandy there.
But next up in the Millennium era is Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. However, next week we're going to be butting in and doing something a little special. We're going to be covering Godzilla -1. So go and see Godzilla -1 in cinemas and listen to us talk about it next Wednesday. And the synopsis for Godzilla -1 says, in post-war Japan, a new terror rises. Will the devastated people be able to survive, let alone fight back? Who knows?
Who knows? Not me.
I'm so excited to watch this. IMAX opening night premiere in New Zealand here.
The last Godzilla movie I saw in theaters was Shin. And even then, I knew nothing about it going into it. So this is like the first one I'm coming into now as like a proper not up to date, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Fan of the franchise.
You're a Godzilla fan now.
I'm a G fan. I'm a P fan.
Yeah, we're P fans.
We're P fans.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. You're the best. And yeah, we'll be back next week for Godzilla -1.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Pass me your tablet. I'll have a chat to G Command to see if he can get these sorted.
We need to sort out this tech here. This is literally not turning on. Wait, hold up. It says Millennium on my screen here. What is going on? Okay.
Wait a second.
Let's get in touch with G Commander.
Jasha, behind you.
Wait.
Jasha, it's the Y2K bug.
Actually, I prefer Millennium Bug.
Jasha, run. The famed Godzilla animated series Y2K bug monster in the room with us. Yeah, we gotta run, guys. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to Podzilla. Join our Discord server, tag us on Letterboxd, and follow us on socials at PodzillaPod. Links are all in our show notes. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Podzilla and get access to extended cuts of every episode and the occasional bonus ep. Huge thank you to Cassie Celine for our seasonal podcast art. And just a disclaimer that all music and additional audio used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company. Join us next week where we're talking about Toho's newest Godzilla movie, a true return to form in Godzilla -1.
Wait, he directed all of these?
He's done a lot of our favorites, yeah. He's back.
Interesting. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Actually, let's redo that, but...
Jasha loves saying, here we go.
That's
his catchphrase.
I can't say here we go, and I've got a funny bit.
Here we go, and let's do this.